Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers suggest that a preview clip has been released for the week of October 28, 2024. Stefan DiMera leaves next week. Vivian and Philip conspire against their adversaries. Javi makes a crazy debut. Plus, Holly Jonas prepares to interrupt Tate Black and Sophia Choi's personal moment. Continue reading and let's analyze the preview clip. Days of Our Lives spoilers, Philip Kyriakis vs. Xander Cook Kyriakis in the October 28th episode of DOL, Philip makes a significant return. When Monday arrives, Philip will continue to block Xander's Titan transaction. Sarah Horton Kyriakis and Justin Kyriakis implored Xander not to give Titan to Kristen DiMera. However, Xander is determined to reverse Sarah's paralysis at any cost. Then Justin told Xander and Kristen that an injunction had been filed. That injunction was issued by Philip. In the preview clip, Philip announces his return and reveals that he is also Victor Kyriakis' son. That is when Xander begins to attack Philip. DOL spoilers, Stefan DiMera's exit. Speaking about Philip, he will team up with Vivian. The two will band together to retaliate against their adversaries. First, Vivian will make plans to care for her son. Vivian instructs Ivan Murray to take care of Stefan. After Stefan awakens, Ivan tosses him into the trunk of a car. Barish has announced that Monday's program will be his final appearance. Days of Our Lives spoilers, Holly Jonas's crash. Days of Our Lives spoilers for the week of October 28 state that the preview clip shows Sophia and Tate getting closer. They kiss while sitting on the bed together. Tate informs Sophia that they have the property to themselves. Then Tate asks Sophia if she's sure, and she answers yes. As they prepare to become intimate, Holly begins hammering on the door. DOL spoilers, week of October 28, 2024. During the week of October 28, Gabby answers the door to find a familiar face. Gabby will be thrilled to see her cousin, Javi. It should be intriguing to learn about Javi's background and what brought him to town. However, Javi appears to be a bit wild and may cause some trouble in Salem, so stay tuned. My guess is as accurate as yours. The injunction was filed by whom? Alex couldn't be the person. He's not Victor's son, as we all know, Xander remarked. Philip replied as he walked into the room, but I am. Xander gave his half-brother a scowl. EJ offered Fiona the same 10-year plea agreement he had given Brady when they met in the interrogation room at the police station. After reading the agreement, Fiona declined to sign it. You know you'll probably die in a cell by yourself if I bring this to trial? EJ stated. Fiona shot back, you're assuming I'll be found guilty. Fiona disputed with EJ's claim that she had confessed to the crime. I never acknowledged hitting Sarah and driving off, and I won't acknowledge anything else you believe you can accuse me of, Fiona stated. EJ let out a grunt. EJ remarked, I'm not sure what game you're playing here, Ms. Cook, but I can tell you it won't work. She disagreed, and Fiona grinned. Fiona had confessed to Brady, Sarah, and Xander, EJ reminded her. Fiona remarked, I don't remember having any of the aforementioned conversations. Fiona was deemed nasty by EJ. Melinda remarked, you are standing on a house of cards when it comes to moral superiority, so spare us your moral indignation. EJ asked Melinda why she was there, perplexed. Fiona was told not to speak by Melinda. Melinda affirmed that she was there on Fiona's behalf. Melinda said that her contract with DiMera permitted her to take on other customers when EJ inquired about her employment there. My client is facing criminal charges that she did not commit. She is not guilty. Therefore, I insist that she be released right now, Melinda stated. Fiona grinned. EJ contended that both Sarah and Brady are willing to testify in open court that you were the woman who struck her that night and can positively identify that fact. Melinda retorted that a conviction would not result from the evidence. EJ remarked, "You are less of an attorney than I first thought if you seriously believe that any one of a dozen of your client's peers will not be sympathetic to Dr. Sarah Horton Kyriakis, the granddaughter of the pillars of our community, and the loving mother of a 1-year-old when she wheels herself into court to testify to the fact that her lush of a mother-in-law ran her over." Unfazed, Melinda reminded EJ that Sarah had repeatedly altered her account of what had transpired on the night of the tragedy, reducing her credibility as a witness. Brady Black, on the other hand, is plainly an addict and has been charged with a number of crimes, including killing his uncle while intoxicated and tossing him into a river, Melinda stated. Melinda was reminded by EJ that Philip was still alive and had framed Brady. Nevertheless, Brady Black's evidence in this case is bound to raise one reasonable doubt after another. On the evening of the collision, the man was so drunk that he thought he was the driver. "He has also altered his tale, you see," Melinda remarked. There was no evidence, Melinda contended, that Brady had not been the driver. Melinda insisted, "Save yourself the embarrassment and cut Fiona loose now." EJ went back to the interrogation room after releasing Fiona. "Trask, you'll pay for this," EJ remarked. "For what purpose? Becoming a more skilled attorney than you are?" Melinda retaliated. When Melinda found out that EJ had not followed through on another case, she smiled and stated she was not concerned about his threats because he would be busy dealing with the mayor. When Sarah noticed Fiona enjoying a martini at the cafe, she was pushing her wheelchair across the square. "What do you do now that you're not in jail?" Sarah inquired. "The charges were withdrawn by the DA," Fiona remarked. "Your mother-in-law is now free." Sarah gaped in dismay. Rafe refused the food when Gabby brought it back to the Hernandez residence. Rafe's pain medication required him to eat meals, according to Gabby. While reading a letter, Rafe let out a sigh. "Are you all right?" "You appear to have died," Gabby remarked. Rafe remarked, "Someone did." Their Aunt Hilda had passed away, Rafe stated. They had lost contact with their father's relatives, Gabby bemoaned. Rafe gestured to a box and remarked, "Tia Hilda left me this in her will." Gabby smirked and referred to Rafe as the favorite. According to Rafe, Hilda liked him because he made her laugh. "All of us attempted to make her laugh. The only person who could was you," Gabby remarked. "He was funnier than the rest of the family," Rafe joked. Rafe was urged to open the gift by Gabby. Hilda's engagement ring was in a ring box. According to Gabby, Aunt Hilda had vowed not to take off the ring until the day she passed away, despite the fact that every cousin had begged to try it on. There was a message in the package telling Rafe to present the ring to a deserving woman. Gabby remarked, "You were like the son Tien never had." "Indeed." Which, given that she does have a son, is somewhat depressing, Rafe remarked. Rafe and Hilda had been like old friends, Gabby observed. Hilda sighed when Gabby mentioned her belief in genuine love. "I believed that Stefan was my true love at last. However, it's eternally over between us now," Gabby shrugged. Gabby admitted that Stefan had hired Melinda to draft divorce papers when Rafe inquired about the state of her marriage.